Hello, welcome back to our quiet space. Today, we are not just going to listen to a story, we are going to explore a modern epidemic that is destroying families, friendships, and marriages faster than any disease. It's not a virus, it's a habit. A habit you probably have, and I probably have too. Look at these numbers. The average person checks their phone 58 times a day. We spend an average of 4 hours staring at a glass screen. While we are busy looking down, we are forgetting to look up at the people who love us. Today, we will share a powerful story about an urban family, and we will break down the real psychological science behind why we choose phones over humans. Once upon a time in a noisy, crowded city, there lived a family of three: David, his wife Maria, and their teenage daughter Chloe. They lived in a large, comfortable apartment. From the outside, they looked like the perfect modern family. But inside the walls of that apartment, there was a profound silence. It was not a peaceful silence. It was a disconnected, heavy silence. Every evening, they would gather around the dinner table, which should be the heart of the home. But instead of the sound of laughter or conversation, the only noises were the clinking of forks and the rhythmic tap, tap, tap of three phones hitting the glass. They were in the same room, breathing the same air, but they were miles apart, trapped inside their digital worlds. David was a busy architect. His phone was always buzzing with urgent emails. Maria loved social media. She was obsessed with watching short videos of happy families, ironically forgetting to be happy with her own. Chloe, like most teenagers, lived inside her group chats, desperate for the validation of her peers. For years, this continued. The invisible wall between them grew taller and thicker every single day. This is where we must stop our story and introduce the central concept of our video. What David, Maria, and Chloe were doing has a real name in modern psychology. It is called phubbing. Yes, phubbing. It is a new word made by combining phone and snubbing, being rude. It is the act of ignoring a human being you are with in favor of your mobile device. Many people think phubbing is just a modern bad habit, but psychological research has proven that it is much more dangerous. Phubbing is a powerful form of emotional rejection. When someone phubs you, it tells your brain that whatever is on their phone, a lake from a stranger, a silly cat video, or a work email, is more important than you. Our human brains are wired for connection. We need eye contact, physical presence, and the knowledge that we are being heard. Phubbing creates a situation of emotional neglect. The person being phubbed feels small, invisible, and unimportant. One of the worst things phubbing does is kill our ability to have empathy, the ability to understand and share the feelings of another person. Because we are so focused on our digital world, we physically lose the ability to see the sadness, boredom, or loneliness in the eyes of the person sitting across from us. But the story of our family takes a very dramatic turn. One cold, stormy Tuesday evening, just as they sat down for their usual silent dinner, there was a sudden, dramatic pop. The entire building went completely dark. A major power failure had affected the whole city. Phones went black. The Wi-Fi signal evaporated. Chloe began to panic. "Mom, Dad, my phone is dead!" she screamed. Maria tried to turn her phone on, but it was out of battery. David's phone, too, was empty. For the first time in 10 years, David, Maria, and Chloe were in a room together with absolutely no digital distractions. The silence was unbearable at first, but then David found an old candle and lit it. The warm, soft light filled the quiet kitchen. They looked at each other. Really looked at each other. David saw the exhaustion in his wife's eyes. Maria noticed how grown up her daughter had become. Slowly, almost awkwardly, David asked, So, Chloe, how was your week? Chloe hesitated, but then she started talking. She didn't talk about her social media. She talked about her stress at school, about the friends who ignored her, and about her secret dream to study art. Maria started crying. She realized she had missed all this information because she was too busy watching strangers on her screen. She put her hand on Chloe's. It was the first time she had held her daughter's hand for real, not just for a photograph. For 3 days, the power remained off. Those 3 days were difficult, but they were a miracle. The family talked until their voices were sore. They laughed until their stomachs hurt. They played old board games and they rediscovered the beautiful art of conversation. They tore down that invisible digital wall and rebuilt a real, loving bridge between their hearts. This leads us to a crucial piece of information. The problem is not the technology. The problem is our relationship with the technology. Our brains are designed to avoid pain and seek instant happiness. Our phones give us something called instant gratification. Every like or new email gives our brain a tiny dose of dopamine, the happiness hormone. Real human relationships require patience, time, and effort, something our modern, impatient brains find difficult. But the price of always choosing the phone is that we are losing our humanity. So, here is your practical challenge for today. This is the goal for global English learners watching this. We are going to fight this disease. The dinner rule. Make the dinner table a sacred phone-free zone. When you eat with your people, not your digital ghosts. Look up. When a loved one walks into the room, physically lock your phone, put it face down, and look up into their eyes. This small gesture shows huge respect. Digital fasting. Once a week, try to have a no-phone evening. Spend it talking, reading, or doing a physical hobby with your friends or family. Thank you for staying with me until the very end. I hope David, Maria, and Chloe's journey inspired you to check your phone less and cherish your human connections more while improving your English today. If this message resonated with your soul and if you want to continue this journey of learning English while healing your heart, please take a moment to subscribe to the channel. Your presence means everything to this growing family. Take care of your time, look up at the world, and I will see you in the next episode. Until next time.